In case you missed it, here's Dave and Cheryl's favorite moments of the week. And now it's time for...
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's random.
Is that a fact?
Is that a fact?
4 random facts.
Well, in case you ever wanted to own a rhino, just remember you're going to have to poop and scoop a lot. An adult white rhino can produce as much as 50 pounds of poop in one day. Well, a lot of fertilizer, I suppose.
I feel like a hippo would be along that. So, think of that next time you ask for a hippopotamus for Christmas. You have to find somewhere to put all of that feces. Fertilizer, big grade fertilizer.
Exactly.
And sell it to the neighbors. Hey, back in 2017, a 70-year-old woman completed 7 marathons in 7 days on all 7 continents.
70 years old. Wow. A half has me done. I'm done. I do a half marathon done for weeks.
And 1 a day for a week.
Incredible. More than 300 million Slinkies have been sold. You probably had one. And if they were all uncoiled and joined together, they'd go around the earth more than 126 times.
Slinkies are great but in about the first 5 days, usually one parts of it gets tangled or stretched out.
Yeah.
And then it's useless.
Never the same.
Never the same after that. And finally, do you know the city of Melbourne, Australia, was actually briefly called the Batmania? That's because it was founded by a guy named John Batman.
If they'd only kept that.
Batmania. No, they could have had the best Batman Comic-Con ever.
In Batmania. There's your 4 random facts.
Today's
1, 2, 3, 4.
4. So random.
Random.
Give the public the facts.
4 random facts.
Yum. Science.
It's not rocket science. Check it out. I blinded us with science.
Now, we often think about the fact that you get some exercise. Well, then I can have a cold one. But the thing is, exercise does not compensate for a poor diet. That's according to some new research. This study found that even if you spend all day and all night in the gym or running laps, you're still better off of steering clear from, really heavy, fatty, and processed foods.
So they say high levels of physical activity do not counteract the detrimental effects of a poor diet when it comes to mortality risk. So they found people who both exercise frequently and stick to a healthy diet have the lowest risk of death.
Now, that's not to say you can't have a piece of pizza or a piece of pie. Just don't eat the whole thing all at once. Hey, Russia is leaving the International Space Station, but not for at least another 6 years, when they hope to have their own space station up and running. And NASA plans to bring samples from Mars back to Earth, but it probably won't happen until 2033.
Hey, good news for follically challenged people like yourself, Dave. Researchers may have found the key to treating baldness. So they discovered a single chemical in hair follicles that controls when the cells divide and when they die. So in addition to curing baldness, though, this research could be fantastic to help speed up the process of healing wounds.
I don't know if I could deal with it. Having hair now, after so many years of not having hair, I wouldn't know what to do. I'd be like, what do I do in the shower?
You gotta get a blow dryer and
combs,
product,
brushes, and things. And check this out: researchers found a way to use dead spiders as the raw material for robotic grippers.
This is your worst nightmare, isn't it? And apparently, they're pretty excited about it. And we have one professor talking about the science behind the robot spiders.
When you think about spiders, they have flexor muscles that will bring their joints and appendages in towards the body, but they don't have extensors. And instead, they do that with hydraulic pressure that they generate inside of the main cavity or chamber of their body. Because of that, when they die, that's why you see spiders curled up. But at the same time, that means that we can use hydraulic pressure when we use the spider as the material for our gripper to take advantage of that and extend all of its legs.
Yeah, well, they better not go wrong with that, making robotic spiders. That's it. It'll be over for humanity as we know it.
You know what? That sounds like the plot to the new Arachnophobia movie. I think we just figured it out.
The robotic spiders.
Yeah.
And somehow Arnold Schwarzenegger comes back from the future to take care of it all.
Now, it's time to put some good in your morning. The good news brought to you by Almar Home Improvements. 519-351-5666.
So it was about a week and a half ago, a couple of weeks ago, in the backyard of Sons of Kent in Chatham. They had their food truck crawl at the community living Chatham-Kent. A great success.
It looked like it was super busy and super delicious.
And why not? Because there's food trucks in one spot. That would be fantastic. So they raised a lot of money, and what Community Living Chatham-Kent has done, they have donated a portion of the proceeds to a wonderful cause to help out some people in Ukraine.
Yeah, they've given the money to Loads of Love here in Chatham-Kent, and that money is going to be used to help children who have diverse abilities over in Ukraine because, since Russia invaded Ukraine, there's a lot of those people still there, unable to escape or, are in some other spots that are a little bit safer. And because they're displaced, it's going to be tough to access some of these services that they normally use in order to make their everyday life a little easier.
Absolutely. So that's going to help out this $1,000 donation, Chatham-Kent Community Living. And Ed Dixon, who's the overseas director for Loads of Love, the humanitarian aid and mission, he's been really instrumental in helping out getting some funds to Ukraine. And he says this donation will be used in the city of Kryvyi Rih in Ukraine to help 50 families and people who have diverse abilities. The funds will help with desperately needed groceries and medicine too. And he went on to say, we're beyond grateful to Community Living Chatham-Kent for their generous support. So that's some great news. And thanks to Community Living Chatham-Kent for that donation. If you want to find out some more information on, if you want to still help out people in Ukraine, it's loadsoflove.org. And your good news on this Wednesday morning with Almar.
What's happening right now?
What's happening?
Rain continues. Well, I think maybe we have a bit of a reprieve right now, but more light rain coming later on this morning and afternoon, but a nice rain. Saw the rain gauge this morning because that's what I do. That's where I am in life.
You're obsessed with it now.
Got to go to the rain gauge. Got a half an inch in northeast Chatham. So we've been asking you through the morning, how much rain did you get? Do you have a rain gauge? And we've got actually quite a few different answers right across Chatham-Kent.
Yeah, we've got some text. You can text us what you got at your place, 519-351-6300. Pat said in North Chatham, just a hair over an inch.
Just one hair.
Just a hair.
Just over. One hair, yeah.
Tiffany says 3/4 of an inch in Palmyra. 1.07 near Beecher. Charlene says an inch and 2/10 on 5th Line in Raleigh. My dad texted us 0.83 inches in Dover, just north of Chatham.
So a good rain, no matter where you are in Chatham-Kent. Pretty good.
And then you said someone called too.
Yeah, Dorothy called and also got a half an inch in North Chatham as well. So it's not done. Some more rain today and maybe even tomorrow as well. But the weekend looking quite nice to help dry things up. For
yeah,
Saturday
still humid out there though, so just a heads up.
That's right. On rainy days like this, if you like candy, you can actually make a bit of money for your candy fandom, and it's actually a Canadian website. Candy Funhouse sells candy online, as you might imagine from the name, and they're looking to hire. I might actually be interested in this.
Yeah, it's called the Chief Candy Officer. It comes with a salary of $100,000 a year.
Wow. Sign me up. Anyone
over the age of 5 can apply. No previous work experience necessary. You just have to love candy and be willing to taste test a ton of it.
And like a lot. So the main job duties are being deciding which products to carry. So this head taste tester, you've got to decide what's good and what's not good. One story claimed that you have to taste test more than 100 different candies a day, but it looks like that has been debunked. That's just the total number of products they currently sell.
So I'm assuming it's like you're trying to figure out maybe new product to add or if there's new flavors.
You're still trying a lot. But if you're interested, again, being the Chief Candy Officer for Candy Funhouse, it's a Canadian website, you can apply on their LinkedIn posting. And I think there's one beneficial thing that they're adding to this. It's a benefit, and I think it's necessary for this.
Yeah, it comes with an extensive dental plan. That is a definite requirement.
I think so.
I hope it's unlimited, too.
I would hope so.
Multiple checkups a year.
And you get $100,000 a year, which is not bad.
I'd go for it.
And good dental also.
I'd have to apply. Hey, how do you feel about donuts? I know you like candy, but do you like donuts?
I love donuts.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're a weakness.
How do you feel about mustard?
I love mustard. It's one of my favorite condiments.
So would you combine the two? A mustard donut.
You know what? I'd try it. There's a lot of things that I would try at least once. I'm not going to I'm not going to say no to this just yet.
Well, apparently French's Mustard is doing a giveaway for National Mustard Day this weekend. It's coming up on Saturday. So you can actually get 2 mustard-flavored donuts sent to you by mail if you log on to doughdonuts.com at exactly 9 a.m. Eastern. They're also going to be handing them out at 6 locations, but in New York City.
doughdonuts.com. Each one is a classic glazed donut drizzled in a, quote, savory yellow mustard coating. I don't know if they're selling that or not. Topped with mustard cake crumbles as well.
Now, if you don't get one, they're also posting recipes online so you can make your own mustard donut.
I blogged it too, so it's on our website if you want to check out more.
Would you try it though, Dave?
Yes, absolutely. I absolutely would. What company did the ketchup?
It was French's.
That was French's too. Okay,
they had them in Leamington. We had one here.
I tried it.
You ate it? I took one home to my nephews.
And
Jack was kind of like, he took some bites and he was like, oh, not bad. And then he was like, I don't know. So then Patrick finished it off. He's 5. He loves ketchup. Like, they literally will put it on their plate and just lick it off. And I'm like, stop it.
doughdonuts.com. You can check out the blog on our website, too, if you want to maybe make your own mustard donuts. Country929.com.
And now it's time for...
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's random.
Is that a fact?
4 random facts.
All right, so the company 3M, which I believe produces everything.
It feels that way sometimes.
The company 3M got its name because it was originally called the Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing Company.
That's the 3 M's.
That's a mouthful, so it's good that they shortened it a little bit. They're still based in Minnesota and rank 102 on the Fortune 500 list of largest U.S. corporations. Still doing very well for itself.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, did you know that the very first CD ever to hit the market was the Billy Joel album 52nd Street?
Number 1, eh?
Very first CD. It went on sale in Japan in October of 1982.
So it's coming up on the 40th anniversary.
It'll be 40 years ago this October.
Hang on, I'll be in my rocking chair with my Metamucil. Hang on.
Now kids think CDs are coasters.
Yeah, now. Absolutely. That was a good album, too. You got Big Shot on there from Billy Joel, My Life, Leave Me Alone. Honesty was on there, so that was a good album. Number 1, the first CD ever went on sale in Japan 40 years ago this fall. So there's 4 countries in the world where the national anthem doesn't have any lyrics. The countries of Spain, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Kosovo, and San Marino. No lyrics in their anthem.
You just stand there and listen to the beautiful music.
Well, then you'd never screw up the words.
Yeah. You don't have to hire anybody to sing the anthem.
Sporting events and stuff. Yeah. It's so easy.
You're good to go. And I think if you've ever been sick, you probably know this. One of your nostrils is always breathing in more air than the other one.
Especially when you're sick.
Yeah. So that I feel like when you're sick, it's very noticeable. So apparently your nostrils will trade off doing this, though, every 15 minutes or so to make sure there's always one that is clear to handle the intricate smells.
Oh, okay. So one's always looking out for the other.
So one's working hard, the other one's taking a break.
Even your nostrils.
Today's
1, 2,
4.
So random. Give the public the facts.
4 random facts. You've been listening to Dave and Cheryl's favorite moments of the week.